Hello again, everybody. I'm Scott Casper, and it's time to take a look at this week's news and features from USA Wrestling, the national governing body of our sport. Now, USA Wrestling will host a pair of international competitions at the OTC later this month. We'll start with the Jack Pinto Cup, an international Greco-Roman dual meet scheduled for the 26th of January. 4 U.S. teams will be competing against teams from China, Japan, Kazakhstan, and India. The event marks the start of the new season for Team USA's Greco athletes and will feature several of America's top stars competing for the first time using FILA's new weight classes. Well, the first U.S. team will feature 6 past world or Olympic team members. It'll be led by Spencer Mango, a 2-time Olympian who was 5th at the 2013 Worlds at 130 pounds. Another 2012 Olympian, Ben Frazier, will compete at 176. 2-time world team members Joe Betterman at 130 and Andy Bisick at 165 will be on the team, along with 2013 world team members Jordan Holm at 87 and Robbie Smith at 286. 3 current or past national team members will go for Team 2, Nate Engel at 130, Peter Hicks at 87, and David Arndt at 286. Team 3 will feature 2 more current or past national team members, including Max Nowery at 130, Jake Fisher at 165. If you recall, Jake was a member of the 2010 World Team. Now they're going to be joined by 2013 U.S. Open champ John Wechter at 215. Who's going to be on Team 4? Well, it's made up of athletes from the U.S. Olympic Education Center at Northern Michigan. It includes 2011 Junior World Bronze medalist Toby Erickson at 286 and Junior World Team members Isaiah Verona at 130 and Parker Betts at 286. Now, the international rosters are just starting to come in as well and will feature several athletes who have competed at the world level or Olympic Games. USA Wrestling is proud to announce that Jack Pinto's family will attend the event as special guests, including his father, Dean, and his brother as well. USA Wrestling will provide support for a nonprofit established by the Pinto family. It's called Kids in the Game and encourages youth participation in sports. Now, the event will be webcast live by themat.com and themat.tv with all 8 rounds of dual meets on the broadcast, so be sure to check it out on January 26. Well, last week, USA Wrestling announced that Steve Frazier, who served as USA Wrestling's national Greco-Roman coach for more than 18 years, has accepted a new position with the National Teams Department. He's accepted the role as new Chief of Donor and Alumni Relations and will help raise funds that are needed to support USA athletes in all 3 styles of the sport. Prior to joining USA Wrestling, Frazier worked in the corporate world as an executive with Domino's Pizza Company, an experience that surely will be valuable in this new post. Frazier's experience in business, along with the years he spent as the national coach for Greco, has made him an ideal candidate for the position.
I'm very excited about having the opportunity to move into another area in USA Wrestling and in my life that'll still be able to help athletes win medals, and that's what excites me.
Frazier will continue his duties as a national coach while he transitions to his new spot. USA Wrestling has now begun the extremely important search for the new position of National Greco-Roman head coach. It'll be conducted by the Associate Executive Director, Les Gutches. Frazier became USA Wrestling's 3rd full-time National Greco-Roman coach in 1995 and has the longest tenure of any USA Wrestling national coach in history, regardless of style. He led the U.S. to its only Greco-Roman team title in World Championships history when the Americans captured the crown in 2007 in Azerbaijan. He served as USA Wrestling's national coach at 5 Olympic Games, winning 8 Olympic medals, including a gold medal from Rulon Gardner in 2000. As national coach, Frazier mentored 4 individual world champs, including Dennis Hall in 1995, Rulon Gardner in 2001, Dramil Byers in 2002, and Joe Warren in 2006. He's also had a total of 15 world championship medals to his credit. We talked with Steve about the highlights of his national coaching career.
Winning the world team title in 2007 in Baku, Azerbaijan. So that was, again, not too many people ever thought that the U.S. could win a world team title in Greco-Roman wrestling. It took a lot of great efforts from volunteer coaches and staff and support from USA Wrestling and the Greco-Roman family to make that happen. But we did it, proud of it, and it'll be memories that, of course, I'll cherish, forever.
Folks, stay tuned. We'll be back. There's a lot more around the corner. You're watching USA Wrestling Weekly.
ASICS has been there. They've been the lifeblood of the sport. It's been a long time, and they've been at the top of the game every year, forever. And I'll tell you what, now that I think about it, maybe that's where I've gotten my inspiration, because you know, I always want to be in the top of my game in wrestling, and I think that's where ASICS is and wants to be as well.
Hi, I'm Wayne Boyd, Director of Operations and Development for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club. The club was founded to help wrestling worldwide, especially at our senior level, of course at the collegiate level, and the high school level. But the most important level for Titan Mercury Wrestling Club is the kids level. And these are some of the guys today that will be tomorrow's Olympic champions. Let's hear it, guys.
Titan Mercury!
That's Titan Mercury Wrestling Club, San Marino, California.
Well, America's Olympic caliber athletes are preparing for the year ahead. Serious training for one and all. Last week, we brought an update from our women's freestyle program at the OTC. This week, USA Wrestling's Richard Emmel attended a workout with the men's freestyle resident program. He caught up with past NCAA champ from Iowa State, John Reeder. He's moved to the OTC to further pursue his Olympic dreams.
Ready to wrestle in the Schultz. I got a couple tours lined up. We're going to Cuba right after, and we're going straight to Belarus. So I feel like, you know, we're back on track, and I'm excited for what's ahead.
Well, Moses Fay, the former Northern Iowa star who now competes for the U.S. Army, talked about the season ahead.
Transitioning through WCAP, you also have the Armed Forces and the Military World Championships to wrestling too. So bringing up my level of competition this year to you know, try to make the world team and also make the military world team as well.
Junior world champ Kyle Snyder is one of the top developmental athletes at the OTC, and he's training full-time now in freestyle during his senior year of high school.
First few months have been awesome, you know, world-class training for the past 6 months. I've been here since August, so just been constantly improving in positions, and my mental attitude also has gotten a lot better since I've been out here.
Olympic champ and assistant national freestyle coach Brandon Slay had a special guest at practice, retired Penn head coach Roger Reyna. He coached Slay in college and had a chance to talk with the athletes.
Worldwide leaderboards and challenges all around the planet, right? So that's what we're trying to do. Again, just trying to do something that hasn't been done. That's where the fun is.
Well, last week I told you that Greco-Roman Team USA would participate in a couple training camps during the month, one at Northern Michigan University and the other in Moscow, Russia. Well, the Northern Michigan camp is being led by USOAC head coach Rob Herman and assistant coach Agazi Manukian. Several members of the U.S. national team took part in that camp along with a number of USOAC student athletes. Our colleagues at the USOAC were able to capture some training video and interviews from the training there this past week. Practice included a variety of different techniques, including a time for athletes to drill their moves, work with throwing dummies, and participate in some live wrestling and pummeling from the feet. They also took time to get on the mat in the parterre position. After practice, we talked with some of the top stars, all of whom are either former or current USOAC athletes. 2010 U.S. World Team member and former USOAC wrestler Jake Fisher talked about the week.
January camp's going great. There's lots of guys in the room. There's like 60 guys. Lots of partners for me. You know, get good training in. We're going pretty hard. Lots of situation wrestling and learning a lot. So, it's a little cold in Marquette right now, but you know.
Nate Engel, who's a national team member with the U.S. Army and a former USOE student, shared his thoughts.
Camp's going really well. It's great to be back here and give back to the program. You know, having different partners that we don't see every day in Colorado Springs, it's been really good, especially with the new weight class changes. So, you know, as far as goals this year, I mean, you know, just going to Schultz in the Pinto Cup, win every match one at a time, and see how these new weight classes are going to work.
Max Nowry, well, he was a university world champ while training at the USOEC, is preparing for the year ahead.
January camp's going pretty good here at Northern. 40 minutes. Room's packed, so a lot of partners. It's my first time back in 5 months, so to be able to come back and start back up at Northern, where my home for the last 5 years, is great.
Junior world bronze medalist Toby Erickson gave his perspective.
This is a great camp, great to get different looks and have coaches like Rob Herbert and Agassi keep teaching us technique and everything. And I think 2014 is going to be a great year for Greco-Roman wrestling. We're looking to make new ground on it.
Well, the U.S. Olympic Committee and the Northern Michigan University campus announced today the renewal of their contract to maintain an Olympic training center at Northern Michigan. Currently, the USOEC houses resident programs in Greco-Roman as well as men's and women's weightlifting. Northern Michigan is one of just 16 U.S. Olympic training sites in the country. Now, the USOEC has had a very positive impact on wrestling, not only with its current Greco program, but also with women's freestyle that was held there for many years. Athletes in all sports affiliated with the Northern site have captured 35 Olympic medals, including bronze medals from Adam Wheeler and Randy Miller. Several Northern athletes have won world championship medals, including world champ Adeline Gray and two-time world medalist Justin Lester and Alyssa Lampe. The other Greco-Roman training camp underway right now, well, it's in Moscow, Russia. 9 of America's best are working out daily with the Russian national team and stars from other countries. National coach Steve Frazier sent these great pictures from the camp showing the American athletes with their Russian counterparts working out and posing for some shots. There's a great friendship between these top international wrestlers who all share the similar goal of Olympic hopes and dreams. Here's a shot of the American coaches who had dinner with Russian head coach Gogi Gugishvili and another picture of Frazier with Russian coach Nikolai. Well, between workouts, the athletes and coaches had an opportunity to go to the famous Gorky Park where the U.S. team posed in front of a Russian space shuttle. Special thanks to Coach Frazier for sending the great pictures. This training camp will surely help prepare our athletes for the upcoming Jack Pinto Cup and the Dave Schultz Memorial International events. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Each season, Liberty Mutual's Responsible Sports Community Grant Program awards $65,000 to youth sports organizations and school sports programs that demonstrate their commitment to responsibility in youth sports. Your organization could be one of our 20 winners this season. It's easy. Simply visit responsiblesports.com and click on the Community Grant Program. Administrators register their organization with the program, then reach out to rally parents, coaches, and team supporters to log on and review either the Responsible Sports Parenting or Responsible Coaching Guide. Then complete the quiz and showcase your mastery of the concepts. Every successfully passed quiz is worth a point that you can credit to your favorite youth sports organization or school sports program. Connect with friends, family, and neighbors to rally more support. The teams and schools with the most points at the end of the grant period win. It's that simple. Watch the leaderboard throughout the grant season, then rally more of your supporters to increase your totals. Liberty Mutual is committed to celebrating and championing youth sports and to financially supporting organizations that demonstrate their commitment to responsible sports. Join the movement and start earning points toward your community grant.
As part of our regular college coverage of the sport, let's take a trip to Carver Hawkeye Arena. Number 3 Iowa took on 5th-ranked Oklahoma State Cowboys in a highly anticipated duel featuring several nationally ranked athletes. Those who were expecting a close match were in for a surprise as Tom Brand's Hawkeyes came out and won 8 of 10 and completely manhandled John Smith's Cowboys 24-6. One of the key bouts for the Hawks came at 33. It's where NCAA runner-up Tony Ramos defeated the current number 1 at the weight, Oklahoma State star John Morrison. 8-2 was the score.
I thought he was pinned. Maybe the ref was out of position, but either way, if they didn't call it the first time, he should never got off his back when I let him. So that was on me for that one. Still a little upset about that.
Well, another big win for the Hawks came at 49. Brody Grotha stopped Josh Kindig 9-5.
You got to work hard in all aspects of wrestling. I needed to come out and, like Terry Brand says, score first, score fast, and keep scoring, and that was my mentality tonight. I'm always moving my feet. I'm constantly moving my feet and getting to my offense. I was looking for big moves in the past, and now I'm just moving my feet, and we're there. It's happening on instinct.
At 157 was a battle of the top 2 ranked wrestlers at that weight class in the entire country. NCAA champ Derek St. John of Iowa edged out All-American Alex Derringer of OSU 2-1.
You know, when you're bottom, you're always trying to, at least I am, I'm always trying to get to my feet. You know, you're safe on your feet, and you know, I got to my feet a couple times, I got stopped, and you know, you just keep wrestling, and them kind of things open up and develop throughout the match, so I kind of just fell into it.
Well, it was a big upset at 65. Iowa's Nick Moore went to overtime and knocked off past NCAA runner-up Tyler Caldwell. Moore was named the Mat.com Wrestler of the Week for his performance.
I had a clear mind the whole day, pretty much. Focused, ready to go. I think he says ready. That's what it was. Yeah, just ready to go. I knew that I had good training the whole week and felt good and was ready to go when I stepped on the mat.
Well, winning the only bouts for the Cowboys, NCAA champion Chris Perry at 74 and Anthony Kalika at 141. Hawkeye coach Tom Brands talked with the media after the very big win.
The difference between tonight and the Penn State duel is these two teams are similar, I think, Oklahoma State and Iowa, if you look at it. That's just a quick observation. Penn State's in a different league. Not that we can't compete with them, but that we got to hammer home the points that are going to lead to points.
Cowboy coach John Smith gave his honest assessment of the night.
They just punched us in the mouth, and we laid down when it got real critical, you know. So look at turning that around, future.
Well, last weekend, the multi-divisional national duels were held in Des Moines, Iowa, featuring college championships for 5 different levels of the sport, including NCAA Divisions 2 and 3, the NAI, the National Junior College, and WCWA for women. The Division 2 title went to the top seed in the event, number 1 ranked Notre Dame College of Ohio. The Falcons were dominant in the finals, stopping Newberry 28-3, winning 9 of 10. Notre Dame won this event at the NAI level twice. We talked with Coach Frank Romano after the important victory.
We had a real close row with them last year. We won 5 bouts, they won 5 bouts, it ended up 17-15, and we had a penalty point deducted, and it would have been 17-16, but they just nicked us. And so that was, you know, when that happens with whomever you're going against, and then, you know, you have a rematch, that, you know, that feels good.
Winning their 4th straight NCAA Division III national duels title was Wartburg College of Iowa. They defeated Concordia Moorhead in the finals 29-6. Wartburg won 8 bouts in the finals despite the absence of head coach Eric Keller, who missed the event with the flu, but assistant coach Chris Hortner stepped in to help lead the team to victory.
Each individual guy has things they need to get better at, and that's going to be the focus from here on out, is getting those getting this down to 10 guys. And getting those 10 guys, you know, we got to start working on their weaknesses and fix things for March, you know.
Walking off with their 3rd straight NAI National Duels title was a popular local team, Grandview University of Iowa. Pins came from national champs Chad Lohman and Eric Thompson. The Vikings beat Lindsey Wilson in the finals 32-6. We talked with Nick Mitchell, the head coach of the Vikes.
It's always big to win this tournament. I mean, it's the national duels. It's the toughest duel tournament in the nation for us, and yeah, it's huge for our team. So it's something we can really build off of moving forward. If we just sit back and feel good about where we're at, a lot of teams want to close the gap right now, and we've got two options leaving here. They can close the gap, or we can widen the gap, and obviously the goal is to widen the gap right now.
Well, the junior college national duels went to a tough Clackamas team from Oregon. They won their first national duels title since 2011 with a 30-13 drubbing of Northwest College. Clackamas coach Josh Roden.
We won in 2011, like you said, and gosh, we got hungry for another one. We came back the last several years, 4th and 3rd, and just finally got our way back, clawed our way back in the finals. Won this baby in dominant fashion. These kids couldn't have wrestled any better today.
King University in Tennessee won their very first WCWA Women's National Duels title, coming in as the nation's top-ranked squad. A pin from Amanda Hendy and text from Haley Agello and Sarah Hildebrand and Allie Reagan gave King the win over defending WCWA National Champion Simon Frazier of Canada, 21-19 the final score. We'll be right back. Stay tuned.
There comes a point in your life that determines who you are, whether you will lead or follow, whether you will fight or give in, whether you will win or lose, and what you will count as your victory.
Well, another big event taking place over the weekend, the annual Virginia Duels in Hampton, Virginia. It's an event that helped create and popularize the dual meet championship format on both the collegiate and high school levels, and it's held in 5 different divisions. This year, the Grand Marshal of the event, Jason Bryant, the amateur wrestling news editor and former USA Wrestling employee and longtime volunteer. He helped publicize the Virginia Duels. Let's take a look at the National College Division that featured a number of top Division I programs. Winning their very first Virginia Duels title, ACC Power Virginia. They edged out top EWL program Edinburgh by a razor-thin margin of 20-19. Well, the Cavs won the event with a strong run of 5 straight wins in the middle and upper weights. 2 were by major, Nick Sulzer at 165 and John Fauzi at 84. Other Virginia winners in the final duel were Nick Herman at 125, Blaze Butler at 157, Stephen Doty at 174, and Zach Nye at 197. Virginia head coach Steve Garland talked about the victory.
It was a crazy tournament. We only wrestled 3 matches. We were fortunate enough to win all 3 and win the tournament, but all 3 were grinds. All 3 were tough matches. We first squared off against UTC. They were really tough. I mean, they're a really tough team, well coached, really love their staff, and so I saw a lot of things in their team that are similar to ours, and it was a scrap. It came, every match seemed like it was close, and so we were able to get out of that one with a win. Fortunate with our guys, I feel like found a way to win matches that were close, and we were really excited just about gritty, tough wins, because that's what happens at the NCAA tournament.
Well, the American College Division title went to Division II Power UNC Pembroke. They stopped Division III Power Stevens Tech in the finals, 22-15. 3 high school divisions were also contested. The National High School Division champ, Don Bosco Prep of New Jersey, they won over Pennsylvania Power Nazareth, 32-20. The American High School Division champ, Liberty, and the Black and Blue High School Division champ went to Poquoson. And for the wrestling community in the New York area, the Beat the Streets organization New York is hosting a special night in New York City. Anybody who ever wrestled is invited to network and enjoy fellowship. It's called An Evening with Mike Novogratz, Hall of Fame inductee, Olympic team leader, and business leader. Mike will be the featured speaker. The event will take place at the Cornell Club at 6 East 44th Street in Manhattan, 6:30 to 9:30, Wednesday, the 29th of January. Cost for the meal, $80. If reserved by the 20th, $100 after that. More information can be found on the Beat the Streets New York website at btsny.org. Well, fans, you've waited for it. It's time for the USA Wrestling Photo of the Week contest. The pictures are sent in by families and fans from around the country, and they're also being considered for our photo contest page in USA Wrestler Magazine and our Facebook pages as well. This week's Photo of the Week was taken by Brent Hazelrig, showing first grader Frank Hazelrig of the Columbia Wrestling Club in Missouri, tossing his opponent at a recent Kirksville Junior Tiger Classic. You can have your picks considered for our photo contest simply by emailing them to garyabbott@usawrestling.org. Well, that'll do it for this week's program. We appreciate you watching each and every week. And for all of us here at USA Wrestling, I'm Scott Casper, and thanks for watching.